Let us be glad, let us be grateful, let us rejoicify that goodness could subdue the wicked workings of you know. Okay, wait, no, how Ariana Grande would probably honestly sing it would be like, let us be glad, let us be grateful. Yeah. Anyway, hey guys, if you're new here, yeah, that's normal. Sometimes I like to sing in my daily life and thus on the show. Welcome back to the India and Stuff show, the only show where we talk about absolutely nothing, but somehow talk about everything, and it's the behind the scenes, in-betweens, and all the other stuff. Today, I am once again joining you from my couch with my cozies on. I got my sweatpants on, and we are cozying up this winter big time. I think my husband and I are just like, I mean, we both work for ourselves, but like we're both like, let's just not leave the house right now. We've had a few little outings, but for the most part, we're just kind of staying in for the colder months, as you probably are too. And so I thought it'd be a really fitting podcast episode to chat about winter movies and shows, like things to watch this winter. I think I only know one person in my life who actively is like, no, I don't like movies. And it was kind of an interesting discovery because I was like, I don't think I've ever met someone who's really like, no, like I actively do not like movies. But we are huge movie watchers in this house. We're like, honestly, more like shows, but that's just because of streaming and how explosive that's been recently. But we love a good film. My husband's in film. He's, lived in LA, done the acting thing there a little bit. He likes to make movies. Like that's his, goal in life is to make, feature films, but we've won some film competitions here and spent lots of hours studying film, going to the movies and enjoying some cinema. So I kind of compiled a list of both what we're watching right now and some shows and movies maybe you could queue up this winter. I don't know. Some of them don't have anything to do with winter, but a lot of them do and are a little more fitting for the season. I'm definitely like an aesthetics person, and if it's cold and snowy outside, it's more fitting to watch something in the same season, I feel like, inside, or maybe more of like a mystery or something a little darker or more dramatic. Whereas in the summertime, it's like, oh, okay, I'm a little more in a rom-com mood, or we could watch something that's a little lighthearted and a little more playful or something. So I don't know. Like movies you can watch any time of year, but sometimes it's just like, oh, this is like the perfect film for a snowy winter's day. So I'm stoked to like pop through this list with you guys, and I'm in my Galinda Pink today because it's Wicked Day. It's not Wicked Day, but it always is Wicked Day. So I've seen it twice so far at the theater. It was great. It's on my list. Please watch it. Amazing. This theater kid. I grew up as a theater kid. I sang Popular for some benefit concert once, and it's just like part of my blood. I love it so much. So with that, let's hop into the show.
Hey, is your skincare toxic? It turns out no one is really digging into the research as to what we're putting on our skin and how it affects us, especially as women. Oftentimes, skincare and beauty products are full of hormone-disrupting chemicals that can mess with your ovulation and toxic ingredients that do way more damage than good. Okay, I have to confess, I usually do not know what I'm putting on my face and which brands will counteract with each other. That's why I'm really, really happy to finally have Primally Pure in my home. Primally Pure is the cleanest skincare company I have ever come across, creating mindfully made skincare. Their stuff is sourced from animals and plants, and come on, what is more natural than that? I recently got their clarifying mask, and no joke, I could almost eat every single ingredient on the list. Things like beef tallow, organic orange extract, raw honey, and vitamin E make the cut, and honestly, my skin feels super baby smooth after using it. Like I said, there are some clean, powerful ingredients in this socially conscious brand lineup, and I cannot recommend that enough, you guys. Take 10% off your order at Primally Pure by using code India and Stuff 10 at checkout. That's India and Stuff 10 at checkout, or just click the link in the show notes.
All right, no one's gonna watch anymore because my show's stupid. I do love a good impression. Okay, I love these shows as far as I've watched them and recommend them. It's hard for me to find a show these days that I'm like, whoa, head to toe, that was great, gripping, multiple seasons, good length, they knew when to stop, whatever. I will say one that I didn't put on this list for a winter show to watch is Ozark, and that's one of the very few shows that I would say like that meets all those criterias. My problem with the streaming services and shows right now is that most things, as you've probably experienced, are like a beta test from Netflix or something. They're like, hey, we've got a great script. We have enough for one season. We'll record, edit, publish all the first season, drop all the episodes at once. So then the users are like, oh, cool new show, great cast, and we'll binge the whole thing in a very short amount of time. And then if it picks off well enough, Netflix may or may not renew it for another season. But if it doesn't take off in the way that they want it to, even if there's a lot of people who said, I really like that show or I'm really invested now, it's just gone, you know? And so I think that's a little harder for me, like to really find a show that I'm like, yes, that is newer, because a lot of them are still, you know, getting made into longer shows. One that obviously is a crowd favorite is Stranger Things. I'm really excited for the new season of that one. Very fantastic mystery show if you have not seen it already. And it's in its 4th season now. They're making the 5th right now. So it's kind of got some meat to it. Like you can go back and watch seasons 1 through 4. And it's not just like one of those one and done shows like a lot of these other ones have been like. But I will still give you the suggestions anywho. Number 1, we just watched this. It took maybe 2 weeks because we watched it over the holidays and we were kind of sleepy in between everything, but you don't have to take that long. You could easily watch it in a number of days or maybe an episode a night. I only think there's 8 episodes, but it's called The Stranger. It's on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix original based on a book. Mystery, drama vibes. Really, really good. Like really good though. I thought it was a little slow at first. Just the pilot episode felt, I don't know, not as high stakes as I was thinking. And then later it kind of really picks up and Ian was like, why do you think it's slow? Like, it's so good. And I was like, babe, you'll see what I mean. If you watch the pilot, I was like, an alpaca? Like, what's happening? But it's really good. Very gripping. I was very satisfied with the show and the pace really picks up. And if you do watch it, let me know what you think about the ending. That's all I will say. Yeah, but overall great show, and definitely of the murder mysteries, and not quite murder mysteries, but just like mysteries I've seen recently, I really like that one. Okay, another one along the same genre, maybe more like a dark comedy or slow burn edge, is called No Good Deed. Also on Netflix. It has Elisa Kudrow and Ray, is his last name Romano? From Everybody Loves Raymond. And it's another one of those that like I basically binged it in 2 or 3 days because there's only 8 episodes and it's really fast to watch. I wonder if they're making another season. I'm not sure. I think from what I can remember, because I watched it a month ago, it wrapped up pretty nicely, but I don't know, maybe there is another season coming. You never know what they're going to do. I really thought it was well done, like not in a artistic, cinematic, well done sense, but in a, oh great, like a nice, satisfying mystery, and kind of a dramatic, turn of events situation, but funny cast. It was great to see those two on screen. They play a husband and wife character, and yeah, just a good, kind of mystery, dark comedy situation. Now, if you are more into rom-coms and less into the dramas, you're not into drom-coms, this one's been out for a while, but if you haven't seen it, Emily in Paris is a fun, easy watch. It feels like a rom-com movie split into multiple episodes. I believe 3 seasons are out. I might be wrong. Maybe it's 4 seasons, but it came out a few years ago. And at first I was like, this is super cheesy. But now I'm like, oh, this is super cheesy. Fun. So easy to watch, especially if it's like a cozy day and you're just like wanting something that you don't have to think too much about. It's not as cheesy as Hallmark, but it's, you know, it's no cinematic masterpiece. But I do like watching it mostly for like the outfits, the vibes, the Paris stuff. I kind of like that they're incorporating more and more Parisian culture, more, you know, French speaking actors and scenes that are literally all in French. So it just kind of starts to feel more and more authentic, which is kind of fun because I think it's, you know, coinciding with Emily, who's this American girl living in Paris, you know, getting more and more involved in the culture. So I think it's cute and I think you'll enjoy it. White Collar. This is an older show, as in, you know, maybe 15 years ago or so, on, maybe not, 2010s? Yeah, that's 15 years ago. Okay. I just felt really old there. Okay. White Collar is a good show if you like, not quite heist, but like NCIS or Chuck, or like mystery, but not quite a mystery. It's just like those sit down episodes of TV that you could have, you know, 45-minute storylines and it all kind of wraps up well by the end of it, like cable TV vibes from back in the day. But it kind of follows someone who was an ex-convict, or I guess what's the word? He was like a professional con man in white collar crimes. And he basically, you know, this all happens in the pilot. He like works for the FBI now, and you kind of go through his journey of, you know, solving these little cases with them. And it's enjoyable, and the actor who plays Neil Caffrey is not too bad to look at. The next one. This one, we just finished the season 3 of last night. I know we're a little behind, but it is called You. It is a good show with Penn Badgley, if you remember him from Gossip Girl. He's a great actor, and Victoria Pedetri, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She is my inspo for acting. She's very, very good and just kind of owns all the scenes without, I don't know, like overpowering others. She's just such a cool performer to watch. It's a very interesting show. It's definitely darker, so don't watch with kiddos or if you get nightmares. But it kind of, it follows this, it's also based on a book, but it follows this guy who basically gets really obsessed with people and, you know, kind of in the way that in Marvel movies, Thanos is like, I have the best form of justice. I'm going to rid the world of half its people. And like, I know justice better than anyone. It's kind of like that idea where the protagonist is like, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I know what's right and wrong. And even if that means like killing someone to make your life better, like I'll do that kind of thing. It's like a weird obsession meets love story. It's kind of sick and twisted, but it's also believable? ? It's like they did it in such a good way, like that makes it feel like, yeah, this person, you kind of root for him at times, and you're also like, you could just be any person. Like the way he carries himself as the character of Joe is like really good. Is that his name? I don't know. I'm on season 3, TBD, but it's a great show, and we're about to start season 4, and I just heard that season 5 is coming out this year. So that's kind of cool. But if you like a little more, if you like violence, but if you like more of that kind of, you know, darker show with a little bit of an edge, there's some romance spots that are a little, you know, funky, but it's, yeah, kind of a darker drama, I would say. Okay, speaking of dramas, if you haven't seen it yet and you like anything to do with the royal family, or you're just looking for like really good cinematic, dramatic show with like lots of seasons to kind of dig into, The Crown is a great show I would recommend on Netflix. Very well done, highly produced. I think I have a book upstairs on like how the heck did they build these sets, use these areas, style these people. It's phenomenally done. basically it goes back about 100 years and kind of follows the royal family. It's all fictional, of course, but real family based on true events, and kind of unpacks some of the things that they lived through following the crown for the whole entire life of Queen Elizabeth and before. So it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And I found it very fascinating. It told me and taught me a lot of things that I didn't know about the family. Of course, you have to kind of like give it a little bite, like, how true is this? It's a fictional retelling for TV. But a lot of stuff seemed really not over exaggerated and pretty on par with, you know, the history books and things you would find out about this family. I just found it really interesting. I think maybe season 2 or 3 kind of got slow for me, and I kind of took a break. I watched most of it during COVID. And I remember taking a break for like 6 months or so because I was just like losing interest a little bit. But I picked it back up, and I'm really glad I did. They are done making seasons now. It ends not quite in present day. I think it ends when William and Harry are in high school or college, and the Queen is much older but has not yet, you know, like obviously passed away. But it's very beautifully done because I think when they finished filming it, by that point, she had passed away in real life. And so they just made some really special artistic choices, I think, in those last 2 seasons, the 4 and 5. I think there's 5 seasons. Am I making that up? But obviously, almost everybody's fascinating plot line is Princess Diana and Charles and stuff, and watching them kind of play through those has really like had my full attention. Like, I'm seated, as the kids would say. I was like really interested in that whole area, which was also kind of interesting. When we were just in Paris, we went to the bridge where Princess Diana passed away, like had that big car accident. And guys, I'm going to say it's a conspiracy. Like, I know she passed away. I just think there was more to it. I don't think it was just a car accident. That's my hot take. It just seems like not anything that would cause any kind of accident. It's a normal area. They weren't going that fast. I don't know. I don't buy it. I have thoughts. It's fine. Okay, another one, if you want more of a fun, easy to watch, or you like sitcoms or something, The Mindy Project with Mindy Kaling is a great one to watch, especially if you've already seen all the other kind of like staple sitcoms. You've seen Friends, you've seen New Girl, you've seen Arrested Development, Parks and Rec. Mindy Project is a good one to watch. Lots of fun. Definitely more like a background show. It's not like something you need to give your full attention to, but I found myself laughing a lot of the little jokes, and it was just well written. It was really cute. Okay. If you want the opposite of that, more suspenseful action drama. The show's called Prison Break. Ian introduced me to it a couple years ago. It follows 2 brothers. One's in prison. The other's trying to get him out of prison. And it's just like one of those car chase scenes in any action movie for like 4 seasons. So I don't think we finished all of it, but season 1 and 2 for sure. Maybe we're somewhere in the middle of 3. Our toxic trait is that we have at any given time like 7 to 10 shows or series that we've started and have not finished. Let me think. Right now, we have started and not finished How to Get Away with Murder, You, Chuck. I finished Chuck a long time ago. I'm just trying to make Ian watch it. New Girl, same thing. I've watched it like 4 or 5 times, just trying to get Ian to watch it. White Collar, Riverdale. We gave up on that. Seasons 1 and 2, maybe 3, are really good. I thought they were pretty good, and they're kind of fun if you want like a quirky high school Archie comics thing to watch. But man, they just started getting so weird and bizarre, and I think they're on season 6 or 7 now, and I've just heard it is just so awful. Like, we tried to continue, but not awful in like the characters are doing weird things. Awful and nothing makes sense anymore, and they're doing time travel in multiple universes, and it's just like, what? And I heard sometime they have thruple or a quadruple, and then they have superpowers. And I'm like, what happened to the Archie comics? This is supposed to be based off of comic books in the 60s. Like, where are you going with this? But I digress. Another one we haven't finished is Outer Banks. Kind of the same vibe. Like, the first 2 seasons were pretty great. And then season 3, and we were like, what? And I don't know if they have more out, but it just is getting cheesy and queasy. Arcane is one I've started, and it's actually on my list here. It'd be another one to watch this winter. If you are a gamer or you like League of Legends or you just want a good action-y kind of show that's animated, this one would be a great suggestion. I've watched a few episodes, but I need to like sit down and watch the whole first season in order again. Ian and my brother really like it, and they've watched seasons 1 and 2 are out. It is, just from what I can tell, it is artistic and really well done. It's animated in the style that like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales would be animated, right? It's kind of that 2D meets comic book meets this kind of newer style of animation that I can't quite name, but it feels like watercolory and I don't know, just like fluid in a different way. Really, really beautiful though. I am not a gamer myself, but Ian likes to play a game called League of Legends. And so the show is based off of these characters that you play in League. But apparently, you know, video games are huge and esports are huge. And this is like a giant thing in, I don't know, a lot of circles, but specifically in a lot of like Asian gaming circles and communities. So they apparently had millions of dollars to make this really, really well animated show. And Ian and Chip were going crazy over it. So I've started to watch a little bit too, but I would put that on your winter watch list as well. Okay, now for movies. If you're like, I don't have that much time to do shows, or I don't really want to, and you just want like a good sit down, 90-minute, 2-hour experience, I got you. For cozy winter movies, I put these in order of intensity. And I've seen almost all of these films, so I can recommend most of these to you. Frozen 1 and 2. You can't go wrong, especially on a snow day. It just feels right. Ice Princess, the Disney classic. I want to say 2005. A great flick. So fun. Have a sleepover. Get your girls over. Hot Frosty. I'm actually recommending you watch Hot Frosty. It was really cute. And I was like, major eye roll. I'm not watching this movie. But my sister was over and wanted to watch it, and we did. And we were like audibly laughing for half the film. It was pretty funny. I don't know the actor's name, but he plays Daryl in The Office. He's in it as well as the other dude who plays one of the cops in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can't remember his name either. And then Lacey Chabert, who was from Mean Girls way back in the day, is like a big Hallmark actress now. But I just thought it was like kind of funny. Like they poked fun at themselves a lot, and it was super cheesy, but a good laugh. While You Were Sleeping, a classic rom-com, beautiful. Oh, wait, I take it back. While You Were Sleeping, I didn't love it that much. I thought it was actually kind of stupid, but I put it on this list because I think it's like a fun winter movie. What I meant to say is a classic rom-com is the next one, Sleepless in Seattle. Why is everybody sleeping all the time when they're falling in love? You tell me. Sleepless in Seattle is a really cute one. I think one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. What's her name? Meg Ryan. Yes, Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. Very cute. Very cute. Definitely a good cozy movie. The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Jude Law, who looks very cute in that movie. Jack Black, ? And some other actress that I always forget. Really good film, though. Lots of fun, cozy. You can watch it in the bathtub. You can watch it with your pets. You can watch it with your person. It's kind of cute. The Narnia films, classic, Disney. What's the girl at the end? She's like singing all breathy. It's like, you know what I mean. Okay, Harry Potters. Now, Harry Potters are kind of like a fall genre film, but I think in almost every Harry Potter movie they mention Christmas. And Ron's like, Merry Christmas, Harry. No, Happy Christmas, Harry. He has to say Happy Christmas because he's British. So very cute, very fun. If you didn't get to watch him last fall, winter, it's the time. The whole reason that this episode started the way it did, Wicked. Again, if you haven't seen it, please, it's available for streaming. I don't know how much it is, but you should definitely stream it if it's not in your theater. But please actually go see it in a theater first, because the just sheer size of the film deserves to be on a full screen TV. You mean like movie screen, India? Yeah, I do. It's so beautifully done. Both Ian and I cried both times we saw it, and we both agreed, like, that is a movie. Like a movie. We've needed a movie like this before. And like recently, we just have not seen good films be like, you know, head to toe a movie. It was really good. Okay, you can tell I'm crazy. I have not seen this film yet, but it's on my list to watch for myself this winter. The Grand Budapest Hotel. Wes Anderson, it looks beautiful. I love the symmetry in his work and how creative he does things. I've heard it's great, just haven't seen it yet. Little Women, The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. I watched that around Christmas. I guess that one's more of a Christmas movie, but it's fine. You can, again, watch it whenever. But it was really cute. Knives Out, great mystery if you haven't seen it. Interstellar, another really good film. I, Tonya with, Margot Robbie. Ice Skaters, it's based off of Tonya Harding, who bashed that girl's leg in with a baseball bat to get a leg up in her ice skating career. So that's always fun. Winter's Bone with Jennifer Lawrence when she was at the very start of her career. I think she was like 15 years old when she filmed this. Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and, the guy we don't like, Taylor Swift's ex, Jake Gyllenhaal. I have nothing against you, Jake. We watched that recently. Very good, very gripping. These are getting more intense if you can't tell already. The Shining. What classic winter film. Classic. A little creepy, a little spooky, a little horror-y, but not too horror-y, and just quirky and creepy enough, but nothing to make you have nightmares about. Maybe. The Batman series. So I had not seen these until very recently. What is it? Christopher Nolan Batman series. And so Ian was like, you haven't seen Batman? And so we had to sit down and watch all three. Batman, very good. Much darker than Marvel, which is like what I'm used to, but like very good. A little creepy, but really good. And then last but not least on the winter movie suggestion list, The Revenant, Leo DiCaprio and, oh my gosh, not Gary Oldman. Oh, he's really, really good at acting. Tom Hardy. I think it's Tom Hardy. Very, very good film. It'll make you like never want to go to Alaska and never want to see a grizzly bear and also never want to leave your house in the winter. But it is a good film. I think that's the one Leo won his first Oscar for. Finally. So really great. Well worth a watch. And yeah, it'll make you really want to stay inside and be warm forever and never see animals. Okay. And then on my list this winter, we have, several things that we want to watch. I'm excited to watch the movie. I think it's called Maria with Angelina Jolie. It's a brand new film. I heard it got great responses, standing ovations at the Cannes and Venice film festivals. I might be wrong on that, but I heard it was really amazing. She's like playing this very famous Italian opera singer, and I think it'd be really cool to see Angelina in a role like that, and I'm excited to watch. Shrinking. This is a TV show I've heard a lot about. It is with Harrison Ford and Jason Segel. So both, actors that I think are really fun to watch. And I think it's kind of the premise is that Jason's character is going to Harrison Ford's character for counseling. He's like the shrink. And I don't know much more about that, but it just sounded cute. So I'm like, I want to watch that. Erin Brockovich is just an older, what's her face? Julia Roberts movie on some streaming platforms. I would like to watch that one. It's on my list. Another show that's on my list is Mindhunter. Obviously, The Stranger Things season 5 will be coming out this summer, I believe, and I'll be watching that again. Another film called May December caught my attention, so that's on my list now too. And the show The Gentleman looks interesting enough, so I'm gonna watch that, which will be great. I feel like there was something else that's on my mind as far as like, Severance. I've heard great things about this show. I watched the pilot episode on a plane, and we don't have Apple TV Plus, and I really don't want to sign up another email for another temporary 7-day trial to watch the rest of it. But I've heard really good things. If you've seen Severance, please let me know if it's worth the hassle of getting another free trial, because I've heard it's good. But anyway, I am thankful you're here, as always. I also just need to take a little second to say that in just a few days, we will have hit the 1-year mark of recording these episodes. I don't know where this podcast is going, but I just know where it's come from. And it has been so fun to monologue to you guys and to know that someone somewhere is listening to whatever I'm saying and is finding a little hope or a little fun or a new recommendation or found their new favorite thing. And for that, I am grateful and will always appreciate that. So thanks for being here. I can't believe we're almost at the 1 year. Let me know if I should do a party and go watch something good this winter. Bye. No one mourns the wicked. No one cries they won't return. Okay.